If the ads are driving you crazy, we're sorry, but without them there is no podcast. If the adverts are driving you mad, we're sorry, but without them the podcast would be bad. You can listen ad-free by becoming a super listener on Apple Podcast or Patreon.
Do you want to level up your game? Whether you're aiming for the Premier League or just scoring more goals for your team, 99 Rated is the app for you. There's fun challenges, skills to master, and your journey to becoming a better footballer starts now. Download 99 Rated from the App Store and become the best version of you. Hello grown-ups. Are you already starting to think about the summer holidays and how to keep the kids busy? Yeah, I thought you might. Today's podcast is brought to you by Kellogg's Football Camps, a brilliant solution for families looking to keep kids active, having fun and building confidence this summer. With camps for girls and boys aged 5 to 15, Kellogg's are offering over 39,000 free places at sessions hosted by over 70 pro football clubs across the UK, from Colchester to Cardiff, Glasgow to London. It's a great chance for kids to get out, to play football and make new friends over the summer break. To book a free place, just buy a promotional Kellogg's Football Camps pack and scan the QR code to choose a club near you. T's and C's apply, subject to availability.
If you're a small business owner, you'll know just what it's like to be the chief everything officer. HR, payroll, employee benefits. Well, Gusto can do all of that for you. Gusto is online payroll and benefits software built for small businesses. It's all in one, remote friendly, and incredibly easy to use. It's quick and simple to switch to Gusto. Just transfer your existing data to get up and running fast. Try Gusto today at gusto.com/lockedonsoccer and get 3 months free when you run your first payroll. That's gusto.com/lockedonsoccer.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CUP26 to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
My goodness, we've already completed week 1 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and what a week it has been. Before it began, some people were wondering, will it be too big? Will it be too many teams? Too many matches? Too much football? Honestly, these people would probably complain about getting extra chips of a chippy, because week 1 has already given us colour, chaos, and proper World Cup magic. Flags have flapped, drums have boomed, and fans have danced. Goalkeepers have flown through the air like superheroes in gloves, especially the Cape Verde one. This is not just another World Cup. This is the start of a new footballing era. It's bigger, it's louder, it's wilder. And after just 1 week, one thing is already clear. The World Cup may have grown bigger, but the magic has not got smaller. So, where on earth do we start? I guess we'll start with Tunisia on a bit of a negative one. Now, something you don't see very often at a World Cup tournament or a Euros is after just one match, Tunisia decided they would sack their manager. They lost 5-1 and he was out the door. One game, gone. It's barely enough time to unpack your suitcase, find the hotel buffet, or realise the tiny shampoo bottles in the hotel are almost impossible to open. I mean, managers have left during World Cups before, and Tunisia even changed coaches during the 1998 World Cup, so I guess it's them who has got a bit of a problem with it. Anyway, moving on from Tunisia, and let's talk about Mbappé and France because they were phenomenal. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. France began their World Cup campaign with a 3-1 win over Senegal, but it was a bit squeaky at the start. At half-time it was still 0-0. Senegal were making France wobble like jelly on a washing machine. Then came a big talking point. Kylian Mbappé went down inside the box after a challenge from Sadio Mane. Everybody in the world, apart from everybody in Senegal, went, that's of course got to be a penalty. The referee ran off and checked the screen pitch side, came back and pointed to the box. There we go, that's what everybody thought. Penalty, thanks very much. Except for, he wasn't pointing to the penalty spot. He was pointing for a goal kick. Everybody in the crowd went wild, the commentators couldn't believe what they were seeing or hearing, and, well, the game carried on. Kylian Mbappé didn't sulk, not a tiny bit. He banged in 2 goals, including one thunderbolt of a goal from about 35 yards out. The game ended up being 3-1, and France reminded us why they are former world champions. Talking of big dogs, let's talk about a team who seem to be upsetting the apple cart when it comes to big dogs, and that is Saudi Arabia. They did it in the last World Cup when they beat Argentina. They couldn't quite pull it off this time, but Saudi Arabia gave Uruguay a horrible opening night in Miami this year. Uruguay had more of a ball, more pressure, more shots, a bit of everything, but Saudi Arabia ended up scoring first and Uruguay had to fight to get a 1-1 draw. They are a dark horse in the 2026 FIFA World Cup and could be a team to cause some upsets in the process. A team who couldn't cause an upset was Curaçao, and Germany went goal crazy when they played them. Germany's opening match was against Curaçao and they ended up winning 7-1. They needed to make a bit of a statement because in the 2018 and 2022 World Cup, it didn't quite go to plan for Germany. And Germany are a top football nation. You don't need me to tell you that. From Germany to Belgium, and we need to talk about Lukaku, and a bit of a ghost goal to tell you the truth. Belgium began with a frustrating 1-1 draw against Egypt. Egypt struck first, and then a player who you would have heard of called Lukaku came onto the pitch. He came off the bench and almost instantly caused total chaos. A low ball fizzed across the box. Defenders panicked because that's what he does. Legs tangled, shirts got tugged, and somehow the ball ended up in the back of a net. But after checking and squinting like football detectives, the official said it was an own goal, and Lukaku didn't get his World Cup goal. From Lukaku to a set of fans who have been causing absolute chaos in America in the most wonderful of ways, and that of course is the Tartan Army, Scotland, because you know how it goes. No Scotland, no party. No Scotland, no party. After 28 long years away from the World Cup, Scotland were finally back on the biggest football stage of them all. Back with their flags, their kilts, their nerves, their noise, and enough bagpipes to make your ears wobble. Their opening match came in a game against Haiti in Group C, and it was not pretty football at all. But the moment that they had been waiting for finally came. And it came through John McGinn. He popped up with a goal that sent the Tartan Army absolutely bonkers, and Scotland won the game 1-0. 1-0, not 7, not 5, not a goal fest with fireworks and sandwiches, just one precious golden glorious goal. That's all they needed, that's all it took. And it mattered like you wouldn't believe. It was Scotland's first World Cup match since 1998, their first World Cup goal since Craig Burley scored against Norway, and their first World Cup win since beating Sweden since Italia 1990. For Scotland, this was not just 3 points, this was history in shin pads, and with a kilt on. Stepping away from particular teams or matches, we need to talk about something which has split opinions, and that is the World Cup water break row. One of the strangest things which we've noticed in week 1 is these hydration breaks. At the World Cup, every match has a 3-minute drinks break midway through each half. Whatever the weather, whether it's blazing sunshine, a nice cool evening, or a rainy match, FIFA says it's all about players' welfare, especially when there's matches being played when it is really hot. But not everyone is happy about it. Some fans have booed, some players and coaches have questioned it, and for the people watching at home, it can feel a bit odd. 1 minute the game is racing like cheaters with football boots, and the next minute everybody's standing around sipping water and looking, well, a bit relaxed. Of course, in the serious heat, water breaks, they matter, and they're really important. Footballers are not robots. They cannot just run around in a giant oven pretending everything is fine. But the debate is, are these breaks always needed? Or are they disturbing the rhythm of the football? What do you think about the hydration breaks? If you're listening on Spotify, you can reply to this episode in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Anyway, from water breaks to drones in the sky. Yep, you heard me right. Seattle's scoreboard in the sky really caught the attention of the media. Now, this is one of those World Cup moments where football looks up and goes, hang on, is the sky doing maths? In Seattle, after the Belgium vs Egypt match at Lumen Field, fans near the Space Needle got something properly futuristic. A drone scoreboard in the night sky. It was phenomenal. Not a normal scoreboard, not a bloke holding up cardboard with numbers on it. It was a glowing swarm of drones buzzing into shape above the city, showing the final score, 1-1. Can you just imagine it if you haven't seen it already? The match is finished, the stadium noise is still ringing in your ears, and you can smell the hot dogs, the grass and sweat and overpriced nachos. Then you look up to see that the sky has turned into a giant football telly. Apparently, in Seattle, there will be 6 World Cup matches and the drones will appear for all 6 of them. Marvellous. I absolutely love it. Right then, from drones and back to the matches and the scorers, and one person really stood out. Haaland. He made Norway shake. No, I'm not joking. He literally made Norway shake. For years, the World Cup has been missing one giant blonde goal-hungry Viking robot. And then, well, Erling Haaland finally arrived. Norway were playing their first World Cup match since 1998. I was just 9 years old then. And Haaland did not tiptoe onto the stage. He smashed the door open, ate the door handle and asked where the goals were. Against Iraq, Norway won 4-1, with Haaland scoring twice in the first half, in the 29th and the 43rd minute. And here's the bonkers bit. This actually happened. Back home in Norway, celebrations after his goals were so wild that seismic sensors in Bergen picked up tiny tremors. A seismic sensor is a clever machine that listens for shakes in the ground, usually the kind caused by earthquakes. But this time, it wasn't an earthquake. It was football fans going absolutely bananas because Erling Haaland has scored their first World Cup goal in a very long time. Incredible. And some other players who caught the attention were of course Messi and Ronaldo. Week 1 gave us that strange tingly feeling that we might be watching the final World Cup dance of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. And wow, they had very different starts. Messi turned Argentina's opener against Algeria into his own personal magic show. And suddenly, he was chasing the top of the table with Mbappé for being the greatest goalscorer in World Cup history. If he gets himself another hat-trick and, well, another goal, he may well be there. Ronaldo, meanwhile, made history too. He played in Portugal's 1-1 draw against Congo, appearing at his 6th World Cup tournament. But Portugal were frustrated and Ronaldo couldn't find a goal. One old king painted the sky blue and white and scored a hat-trick. The other kept swinging, still chasing his golden moment. And I guess that's the beauty of the World Cup. Even legends have to fight the clock. Talking of legends, somebody who's already established himself as a legend is Harry Kane. England began their World Cup with a wild 4-2 win over Croatia. Croatia are a top side and they caused some proper problems. England wobbled and somewhere in the country, millions of sofas were being gripped very, very tightly. Jude Bellingham brought drive and swagger in midfield. Marcus Rashford got himself involved in the goals, but the man who really stood out was Harry Kane. He scored twice, including a penalty, moving him level with Gary Lineker with 10 World Cup goals for England. And those Harry Kane goals really helped England get the victory and get the 3 points. England were nervous at times, they were dramatic at times, but they were always very England. So, after 1 week of the biggest World Cup ever, what have we actually learned? I guess we've learned that 48 teams does not mean 48 passengers along for a nice little football holiday. Oh no. Some of the big boys have flexed their muscles. Germany put 7 past Curaçao, Sweden battered Tunisia, France found another gear, and England served up their usual helping of drama, panic, and why are we like this? But this first week has not just belonged to the Giants, it's belonged to the Dreamers too. Saudi Arabia stood tall against Uruguay, Cape Verde held Spain, Scotland came back after 28 years and won, and tiny football nations have walked into huge stadiums, looked around at the lights and noise and the cameras and said, right then, we'll have a go. Off the pitch, the World Cup has felt bigger too. Water breaks have stopped matches in their tracks. Seattle has lit up the sky with drone scoreboards. Haaland scored and Norway actually shook. Week 1 has been messy, magical and completely bonkers in all the best ways. And that is why we love the World Cup. And remember, if you know someone who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about the Football for Kids podcast. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly or pitchside, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time. Oh, and just a reminder, you can listen to Football for Kids ad-free by signing up on Patreon or by signing up on Apple Podcast subscription.